Endeavour Silver Corp, building a premier senior silver producer. Our cautionary note. And this slide is basically the entire story. Everything else is just details. Mid-tier producer, we guided 6.5 to 7.5 million ounces of silver equivalent production this year. Came out of the gate with 2 million ounces in the first quarter, so already well ahead of guidance. We have a strong financial position with 151 million cash at the end of the first quarter, 168 million working capital. We have the best organic growth profile in the silver sector with not one, not two, but 3 mines that we propose to build over the next 6 years. The first one is Terranera, which was a discovery by our exploration team, currently 89 million ounces in reserves and still growing. Because we only produce silver and gold, no copper, no lead, no zinc, we have the highest beta of our share price to the silver price at 3 times. And from time to time, we do pull the trigger on strategic acquisitions. In January, we purchased one of the largest undeveloped silver deposits in the world for $70 million. It's called Pitarrilla. And La Pitarrilla has a historic resource, about 10 years old, drilled by Silver Standard, 525 million ounces. There's a high-grade core. We're going to focus initially on the high-grade core because the big open pit mine doesn't work at current metal prices, but the high-grade core certainly does. So the idea is that as we move from leveraging our current cash flow from 2 operating mines to building our 3rd mine, which will be our largest and lowest cost mine, once the development team is finished in 2024 building Terronera, we'll take them over to La Pitarrilla and build effectively a similar sized mine at Pitarrilla as to Terronera. So the locations, all of our core assets are located in Mexico. We have exploration projects in Nevada, Colombia, and Chile. And you can see here 2 producing mines, 1 development project, 5 exploration projects, and a strategic investment. Recent highlights, I mentioned that we came out of the chute pretty fast this year. Q1 production was 2 million ounces. We recorded 12 million of net earnings at 7 cents a share, and we generated 26 million of EBITDA in Q1. So strong operating results, strong financial results. We continue every quarter to deliver fantastic exploration results at Guanacevi. Just a brief pause. Guanacevi is our largest operating mine, and it's our oldest one. We bought it in 2004, and it's been in production for 17 years. We started with no reserves, just a drill target and a fully built and permitted plant. And here we are 17 years later, and we have our longest mine life we've ever reported, 7 years. It's because the exploration potential of this project has been historic. So Guanacevi is about 70% of our production, Bolanitos 30%, and our value split is about 65% silver and 35% gold. So a quick tour of the operating mines. You can see here that we've had actually a nice spurt of production growth at Guanacevi. Took a bit of a pause in Q1 to catch up on development work, but where our goal is to basically go steady state at about 1.5 million ounces a quarter at Guanacevi, up from 1.1 million ounces barely a year ago. At Bolanitos, you can see it's pretty steady state, averaging about 600,000 ounces per quarter. So let's move now to the sector-leading growth pipeline. First up is Terranera. The value split here is 60% silver, 40% gold, so all these mines are very similar. And at Terronera, we've overweighted the production in the first 4 years in the feasibility study to effectively double our production once Terronera comes online. So the features at Terronera, it will become our largest and lowest cost mine. It effectively doubles our production in the next 2 years, and it literally reduces our operating costs in half. The reason? When I show you the cost metrics on Terronera, because of its grades, it'll be one of the lowest cost mines in the silver sector. So big underground mine potential, 1,700 tons per day, 12-year mine life, thick high-grade vein, typically averages 5 meters thick of 400 grams. Simple metallurgy, mid-80s recoveries, high-grade cons. You can drive right up to it. It's 50 kilometers from Puerto Vallarta, and great exploration potential. Lots of veins we haven't even drilled yet. In our feasibility study, which is barely 9 months old, using a base case pricing and spot case pricing. So the spot case is $24 silver and $1,800 gold. It generates a 282 million NAV after tax, 30% IRR, and 2.5-year payback. The estimated cash costs of the spot case are negative because the value of the gold exceeds the cost to run the mine and the silver is effectively free. Even on an all-in basis, Terranera's all-in sustaining costs life of mine are estimated to be $1.15 per ounce of silver produced. So here you have a cost curve of 42 different mines in the silver sector, and way down at the bottom end here, Terronera base case and spot case. The base case all-in costs are the third lowest of the sector, and the spot case is the second lowest in the sector. There's our front-loaded production profile, 12-year production profile. And moving now to our project that we want to follow Terranera. Pizzeria was acquired in January. It's the big bulk tonnage project, but we found and recognized a high-grade core that we propose to build into the mine that follows Terranera. It's located less than 100 kilometers from our largest mine, Guanacevi. You can, again, drive right up to it. It's literally a mountain of silver, but we're not going to propose to mine 165 million tons of 99 grams, not in this market, maybe in a higher price market. We're proposing to develop and produce 12 million tons of effectively 400 gram equivalents. About 40% is silver and 60% is lead zinc. So well located. There's a big historic resource. Our goal this year on Pizzeria is simply to finish off a 1 kilometer tunnel that was started by the previous owner and use it as a drill platform to verify the high-grade core, because that's the mine that we're proposing to build. Next year we'll publish our first economic study and we'll go full fees in 2024. So the idea is that we'll roll our development team from Terranera into Pizzeria by the end of 2024. So there you have it. Leveraging our cash flow from operations to build our next mine at Terranera, and with a pipeline that I think is unparalleled in the sector. Our current market cap is about 650 US, and remember we have 150 cash, so the enterprise value is barely $500 million, and over half of that can be found in Terranera. So this is not an overpriced company, far from it. And again, you can see the chart on the beta with a 2.99 beta to the price of silver. So that's it. Thank you.